Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, sponsored by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. And for the first time, we have Andrew Howell with Haxton's here in the studio, and John Haxton, the man behind Haxton's Upholstery and Canvas, here in the studio to talk about one of my favorite things in the boat. Okay, and I am very well known for not sitting down. I get a lot of flack for that. I get a little antsy, but when I do sit down, I want comfort. So first things first, we're going to talk about these seats, but first we're going to introduce you. Yeah. You've been in the Haxton family. You're working for John for quite a while, and now you guys are family, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah, been technically family for 2 years now.
Very cool.
Coming up on 2 years.
I love the story, man. It's and how's the baby?
Oh, she's great.
Wonderful.
Two months yesterday.
2 months?
So, yeah.
It goes from 2 months to 2 years to 13 and barking at you in the same amount of time. We all know what we're talking about here. So that's just a really cool story, man.
Yeah,
very, very awesome.
Yeah.
And you do at Haxton's, is there something that you focus on more than, say, something else, or do you work on everything?
Pretty much upholstery is my gig.
Upholstery?
Yeah. Putting these seats together is kind of what I do. These and then all of our ski boats that we get to work on too.
Okay, ski boats, those are a thing. Yeah. I know that they are a thing for some folks. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding.
It's the guys you cuss at, yeah.
Upholstery is in the name, right? So we're gonna get to that. I wanna talk about the chairs and the bases first. Number 2 question is gonna be upholstery, right? When folks have older stuff that needs to get redone, or maybe they just wanna come up with something brand new, they come and see you, and that's what he does. Yep. But you do everything. You've been in the middle of this game for a long time.
I started all this problem.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. Yeah. At some point in time, we're going to talk about this. Okay, that's one of my favorite features in the whole world. But let's talk about this. You got 3 different versions of seats and bases that come. Well, the bases are all the same, but 3 different versions of the seats. Can we just go down, start from the bottom end, and working your way up?
Yeah. So this is our folding seat. It's our, I guess, the least expensive of the group.
Okay.
And it fits a niche. People like it because it's smaller, it fits in the smaller boats.
Okay.
You get up to net a fish or something, you can quick throw the backrest down, it's out of your way.
I get it.
Tip over quite as easy. Mm-hmm. And it carries a lot of the same comfort qualities that the rest of them do. It's made with the same quality material, quality foam and everything. Mm-hmm. It just is a different version.
Sure. Well, you can already tell that you've got a much more basic hinge, your base, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
And then you step up to one that is not folding, but has the folding armrest, which by itself to me is a selling point. We'll talk about the different styles of seats here, but tell us what this one is here.
So this is what we call our high back helm. And it's got a little bit deeper cushion and of course a taller backrest. The backrest dimensions are the same as the seat we call a Rivermaster. Okay. And which is pretty standard in the industry. It's something that I designed 30 years ago at another place.
Old fart.
But we've been building that it's been one of the top selling seats for decades.
Well, this is my preferred seat. Now, there's a number of reasons for that, but this is very much similar. It's just different in the way the back and the bottom is.
Yeah, it's got a little different foam makeup. The foam, backrest foam is not quite as thick, so then it also gives you the illusion of being deeper. Okay. The cushion dimensions are about the same, but it doesn't have the roll on the front. So for a guy that's really tall, this is a great seat because it supports your legs out further. Okay. And it fits in the same area that does, it's just not as bulky.
Gotcha.
So a bigger guy would be more comfortable in this.
Gotcha. Which one's more popular?
This one actually has been out doing that one as of late.
Is that a cost thing or just overall comfort thing?
It's a little bit in the cost thing, but people are bigger now. We're Americans. Sorry.
You're not.
Well, that's an accident.
He lost it. I found it in the last one. I don't know what's going on.
But yeah, so people just like this one. They're a little more comfortable in it. And I don't know if price really plays into it so much because the difference isn't huge.
Right.
No, not at all.
But to answer your question, yeah, that's been selling more.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, all of you, my own personal take, this is the one that I want, okay? Rivermaster, it's just got a different feel. I like that bolstered feel, like a
couchy,
a Ram truck seat. But I absolutely love the armrest being able to get out of the way. And I know why I like it, but why you came up with it.
So that folding armrest thing was something we invented years ago, or I came up with. Actually, my wife and I came up with it a long, long time ago. And it was because some of these boats, like let's use a Fishright for example. Those boats, or excuse me, Jetcraft.
Okay.
Those boats are pretty narrow in the helm, so swiveling a seat, and in a lot of cases, swiveling a seat where there's a throttle control and everything, it's difficult when on the steering wheel.
Sure.
So just popping an armrest to get in and out of it makes it a lot easier.
Sure.
And then you take a guide that has seats in his boat, and eventually you're going to take a family that's a little bit bigger, and sometimes they just don't fit very comfortable in the seats. And again, if you just flip one of the arms up, now the seat just got bigger.
Right.
That was the original target, but we've learned that it's handy for so many other applications. I mean, so many other reasons people enjoy it.
Sure.
And I just like it, and it's a compliment when I see other people copy my design.
Is it really a compliment? Or
It kind of irks me.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait a second. I know how this business is. So here's what I'll say on that note. For 100 years, we were all stuck to our kicker. We were absolutely tied to our kicker. There was no place to go. If you're running the boat and you're doing things correctly, paying attention, you're on the kicker. Get this thing out of the way.
Yeah.
I am just telling you, that is a total and absolute game changer. You can change how you're positioned in the boat when you're fishing, and you're just overall way more comfortable. You can spend more time on the water, at least I always look for excuses for that. But that is why I love this thing. But one last question for you.
Yeah, what do you got?
You fix these things, right, when people have them for many years, and sometimes even when they're new. I've torn them up when they were brand new, just things happen.
Yeah.
When people do screw these things up, the upholstery or whatever gets torn, where does it get hammered the most, and how easy is it to fix these things?
A lot of times it's a scuff on the backrest. Just people, knocking it and scuffing up the backside. So at that point, we just got to take the old one off, slip a new one on. Sometimes it's the armrest. You see little dings on the front edge there.
Okay.
So same thing. Just take the old one off, put a new one on. It's really
Is it a difficult process, or is it
not at all.
relatively easy?
Nope. Drop it off anytime with us, and we'll fit you in and get you taken care of. It's really easy.
So when folks think that if you do tear your seat up, that you just need to replace it, that's not true. I mean, you can literally save yourself a little bit of dough. It's going to cost you have a cost to repair it, but you don't have to get rid of this stuff. These are things that can, in most cases, and correct me anywhere that I'm wrong, in most cases can be reupholstered or fixed, or you might just decide when you go in there, oh, I didn't know that was an option, and look at something different. Because when you do go into their facility, their showroom is littered with all kinds of great stuff that a lot of people might not even know is available for your ski boat, for your fishing boat, your windshield boat, if you have one of those things, or tiller boat. That was another short dig. I don't know why I do that. But bases, real quickly, Ryan, just make sure I'm straight on time here. You have, in my opinion, the best bases on the market, and you're not ripping people's heads off for them, right. Which has been a price gouge, in my opinion, for a very long time. These are locally made. Cross-eyed guy, but we love him. He's able to put it together, special needs dude, and he does get them put together the right way.
Yes,
but they are very, very nice. You can have 13-inch or up to 16-inch, I believe.
I believe you're right. Yeah.
And I actually run a 16-inch for my guides because I like being a little bit higher so that I can see it. So they even have the bases for you and the swivels, which we're going to come back from this break and we're going to talk about those because there's not a ton. There's several different versions of bases and they fit different needs. We'll have that when we come back from this break. Don't go anywhere.
Outdoor GPS. In fishing, perfection in fishing gear. Ocean and the Saltwater Sport Fishing Show. And by Haxton's Canvas and Upholstery, the trusted name of the Pacific Northwest. Back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, sponsored by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. As we've already mentioned, I've got the guys in from Haxton's Canvas and Upholstery. We talked about seats, and I know that maybe we went by those quickly. When you go in there, there's in the showroom, you've got all the different styles of seats. They got the different heights of bases or of bases and swivels and all that stuff. So you can pick what works best for you. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I would say the heart of the whole thing, but what's in between the base and the seat itself are these swivels. And there are so many different versions. I think I've broken everything. Not this, I've never seen that. But I know that I've broken things that are similar to this, but you got different versions. So let's start out with the most common. base?
Most common is going to be this swivel, and it's just it's a
swivel. Excuse me.
It's just a metal swivel with. I mean, it's the cheap one.
Yeah.
It's the one that comes in your boat from the dealer, and it's pretty standard.
You mean they use the cheapest stuff possible when they come out of the factory new?
Imagine that.
Oh, crazy. Okay.
So, but it's one that'll work for most people. But if you're using your boat as much as you do, you're going to probably go through those twice a year.
I have absolutely gone through those. Listen, you say that, and I know that you're serious about it, but these will last a very long time. If you use it a lot and quite honestly just abuse it, they can fail. This one though is a little bit different.
It's about the same thing, only it's stainless steel. It makes us feel really good about it.
That's not fair.
But it is better. I mean, it definitely is a step up, and it won't corrode. And if you're going to be in a salt application, that's going to be a better place to be.
Well, okay, well then, all right, I get that part. So, I mean, that's where I would see that. I'm not a salty guy, but if you really were, this is important. Right?
It's the cheap version for salt.
Okay, so, fair enough.
And then you're going to get into this one next, price-wise. This really is probably the last swivel you ever buy for most boats, in most applications. I've got guides out there that are running around on these things that have been on them for 10 years and never had to replace them. They're still fine.
Okay.
It's an amazing swivel, but as you can see, it raises you up about 2.5 inches.
Yeah.
And
which isn't horrible.
Some people, that's fine.
If you got a shorter box,
right,
adding that extra height might get you where you need to be.
So if I like the 16-inch base because I like being a little bit higher, and my guide seat, oddly enough, I don't have anything like this. Okay. If I had a 13-inch base.
You don't have one yet.
Oh, I'm going to twist your arm. If I went to a 13-inch base, put this swivel on.
Put you right back where you are.
That seat. Now we're talking.
You'd be happy. Yeah, you'd be happy.
So show me, this is really cool. Andrew was messing with this earlier. You got a bunch of different settings.
Yeah. So this unit has 8 different positions to lock in. It's got a lever, you flip that over, and then it'll lock wherever you want it.
Gotcha.
But if you just slide that lever over, then it can free spool.
Oh, that was my
and
next
I would
question.
try to free spool it, but it's stiff. It's new, so
and
it's
you
stiff.
need the leverage of the seat to help
But
out.
it rides on like a Teflon plastic thing. So there's no bearing in there. It's just a plastic thing, and the tolerance is really tight, so it doesn't wobble or anything. I mean, it's a strong one, and it'll stay that way for years to come.
I gotcha. So this would be, again, would you call this the top of the line?
It's pretty well made,
Okay.
for sure. Then we have the next one, which is our take-apart version. And its niche...
Right in there, right where you got it, you just keep it right there.
Its niche is really, if you have extra seats you like to put on the front of your boat, for, say you're taking an extra couple guys with you and you want to be able to pop these seats in and out, this can go up on the fish box up front. And then you snap that seat into position, and now you got a swivel. It's good to go.
That is not the old school thin plastic ones that you remember. Because the instant that I saw this, I fell out of my seat, or my seat came off the base. Okay, that's not this one.
This one's a little bit better built. Quite a bit better built, actually, but
yeah, I would say significantly.
But it's a nice unit, and it makes it really easy for putting seats on boxes.
Sure.
Because then you just screw this base down, you screw this to your seat, and then you marry them.
Yeah.
You don't have to stick your hands in there and try to wrench that thing in there when you only have an inch of gap.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's nice for that, and it definitely has a place in the industry, and I like it. But as far as if I were setting up a open boat, I would probably go this direction. Well, definitely would go this direction, because the seats in the front of the boat we know get pulverized.
Absolutely.
Because that's where all the pounding happens, and this swivel will handle it.
Okay, so it leaves me. I got a lot of questions, and we don't have a lot of time. So the first question that I would ask, if somebody's building this setup, can they just come in and basically just tell you what it is that they want to do, and then you can just give them the options?
Yeah.
Or is it easier for somebody to just come with a preconceived notion?
Oh, no.
We
have that conversation every day, folks.
Okay.
Yeah, guys have no idea what they want. We run through all of these with them in the shop.
And these are in that display.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can show them to you. We can show them. You can try them out, and we have a stack of them for sale.
All right. Well, you can see in the background, everyone, that we've got their website up. On their website, They've got all the different options, and Ryan will probably scroll through some of these things. If you haven't noticed, we've saved this brand new set for Mr. Haxton here this morning. We wanted to try this out with the ability to show bigger things in a bigger area. But in the website there, they're going to have everything that we're talking about, and of course, even the suspension seats that we've talked about in the past, all of your options that you're going to have for seat bases, upholstery. Oh, that's the next question. Okay, so this is the time of year. Boats are coming out of their garage. They're coming out from the side of the yard. They're coming out of storage. People are like, oh my God, this is tore up. What would you recommend them to do if they need upholstery or even a new top? Because the tops are, I would say, is what we get the most questions about with you guys.
Sure. Well, tops this time of year, everybody wants a little bit of shade, and we make it.
Yeah.
So, and like you were saying earlier with the dog and stuff, it's
huge.
How do you take your dog out on your open boat and let them bake in the sun? That's
correct.
So we do a lot of bimini tops right now. And,
okay.
Mooring covers and drift boat covers and things. Now's a great time to do it. Call and get on the schedule, and we'll get you in. And we typically bring people in on a Monday. We have you out by Friday.
Okay. So it's safe to assume that if you break out 3 to 5 days, that's about the timeline.
It's about all we need, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're a couple weeks out right now.
Okay.
So really not too bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So call up, set up the time and what it is they want to have done.
Yep, exactly.
2 weeks from there, roughly. You can get your boat in there and get stuff done. Last question, because we're already out of time. If it's not a boat and they need to have a cover made for it, say it's like a trailer or something like that, is that also an option?
We're just crazy enough to do that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and I make covers for RVs. I make covers for all kinds of things. I mean, we do a full custom shop, so
okay.
We do industrial sewing and all kinds of things. So.
All right. When you come in, make sure you go say hi to Andrew that you saw him here on the show, because we actually got him to do live television for the first time.
Yep, here we are.
You did great.
We'll be back. All right.
You did great. It's nice to see you.
Yeah,
everybody.
likewise.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
Likewise.
Thank you for coming in. This is how I'm going. Did you bring your tools? Because I got a seat right here,
On
and
purpose,
I'll probably
no.
take that base and I'll put this on there.
That could
By
happen.
the time I leave today, who knows? All right, we're going to cut to break, everyone. When we come back, I've got B&R Tackle here in the studio, and I got both of them. I got the B and I got the R for the first time here in the studio at Outdoor GPS. Don't go anywhere.
Outdoor GPS is sponsored by McMinnville Jeep Ram in the heart of Yamhill County, your home for Ram trucks. Experience the clear difference.